so I can. You know, with that, Nathan, I had to come live, even if it was a minute or two early. Is it dark in here, y'all? Maybe turn it is on it. Does it look dark to y'all in here? Hello. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Nathan. Hi, Built on a Rock Homestead. I am in my kitchen. Oh, hold on. Good grief almighty. I got a cabinet open. Drives me crazy. It usually never fails. I go to film a video and I've got a cabinet open. I hope people come in tonight. I know this is like kind of off my normal Wednesday night, just chat and hang out with me. But it kind of I was going to do a video over this whole thing. Nathan, you know me. There's a lot of stuff that drives me crazy. That is one of them. Hello, Shayla. How are you? Yes, my cabinets being open in videos, it usually, oh. Y'all see my son? Hey, Johnny. Welcome, sweetie. Yes, you are one, Nathan. I agree with that. I wanted to show y'all my box. It's kind of sort of a bug out box. We've got 7 people in here. Hello, Mary Carter. Hey, Brenda. Awesome. I know this is kind of a little different than my normal Wednesday night chat. But we went to Walmart yesterday, my favorite place to hate. You know, Walmart's kind of one of those necessities of life, but you hate going. And I was having a conversation with a young woman that it was what, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they were already exhausted. They couldn't keep hand sanitizer on the shelf. They couldn't keep mask on the shelf. They couldn't keep toilet paper stocked. And she said that on some of the supplies that the Walmart distributors weren't even going to send them anymore. She said it was absolutely insane. And she said it's like they didn't know they needed soap before this. So I wanted to talk about some, not necessarily about the virus stuff, but it's March. And as a lot of y'all know, Tennessee, Nashville just got hit with the EF3 tornado. At least last I heard it was EF3. Does anybody know if it got upgraded to anything higher? That thing looked like a beast. A lot of y'all may or may not know, I am a bit of a weather geek. I have been a certified storm spotter. I don't actually have my certification anymore. But I did at one time have my certification as a certified storm spotter. Hey, Tamara Duncan, Duggar, how are you, sweetie? I am a weather dork. I'll own it. And until we moved down here, I had never been in a hurricane. We moved down here 2 weeks after Ike and caught the aftermath of Ike, and then lived through Harvey. So we come down here completely unprepared for Ike. We didn't. That was an absolute nightmare. Woefully unprepared for any of that, and then learned what it was like to eat MREs. It was a nightmare. Then with yeah, that was it. Moved to Conroe just to go through the hurricane. Conroe itself is about 80 miles inland, and you would be amazed at how much devastation 80 miles in can get. So yeah, you know, since they said on the news, don't touch your face. I bet I always catch myself touching my face. I had a conversation with my mom today. She's like, what are we, I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing through all this. And I'm like, Mom, y'all kind of been, unofficial preppers your entire life. Y'all have lived on a farm your entire life. Do what you do every day. Y'all have enough. Do you have powdered milk in your refrigerator or you're in your cupboard? Well, yeah, you're going to be fine. Don't go to Walmart. You'll be fine. But the main thing I wanted to talk about, because the National Weather Service is predicting a really bad hurricane season this season. They're actually predicting a worse hurricane season than the year that we had Harvey. And that's kind of what I wanted to focus on, because yes, the virus stuff is scary, but we also need to focus on storm preparedness. It is the 1st of March. Tennessee has already been hit with an EF3 tornado. And we also need to prepare for stuff like that. And living down here on the Gulf Coast, we prepare for hurricane season as well. And I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that we do to prepare for hurricane season. I've got a box together that I can use for whether we're at the house. We have bigger stuff too also, because Conroe, I have never heard of Conroe being called to evacuate. Now, if you lived closer down South Conroe, they did. During Harvey, they were told to get out because they live along the San Jacinto River. We live in North Conroe. We don't live close to a waterway. We sat high and dry during Harvey, but we pretty much couldn't leave the house. The stores run low on food. So we didn't move around a whole lot. And we had to leave out of the house. Now, one of the things that I didn't bring out was that, you need things like vinegar and bleach and stuff like that. It's over in my laundry room over there. Things like that, obviously you need. But I've got, if I had to, did have to leave the house, call it a bug out box or whatever, or just, I could throw this in the car and go with it. But some of the things, if you lose power, I've got these little things that, they get pretty bright. I also have regular candles over there, lighters, but also batteries. You can't really ever have enough batteries. These little glow sticks, at Lowe's. These are great to have too for just immediate break these things open are great to have. Bandages, mini first aid kits. You can get these cheaply at the dollar store. I heard Nathan talking about these things. Your favorite thing in the world, Nathan. These things are great to have. Something else, Benadryl. If somebody has an allergic reaction to something, to have this. Another thing, diarrhea medicine. But something else that I have besides Band-Aids, that kind of stuff, something nobody ever thinks of. If you don't have any power, a can opener, because your electric can opener is not going to work. We learned that the hard way. It wasn't a hurricane. They called it the Mayday floods. We had a kind of a treetop tornado come through. Power was out. We didn't have a manual can opener. We couldn't open anything. We had, not this apartment, but where we lived before, we had gas, but we didn't have a can opener. So that was a lesson well learned. Get a manual can opener. Right. Hey, Heaven's Essential. Yeah. And really, you know, having stuff like this is really kind of a better option than candles. You know, candles can be dangerous, frankly. A couple of things, you know, and I've heard like different people talk about it, is like, I have two things that, this is a steroid pack. This is Tamiflu. We had thought back early in the season that my husband had the flu and he didn't. He didn't take this, but we have it. And this is good for a while. Keep stuff like this because you never know when you might need it. And I know everything supposedly has a shelf date. These things are good for a lot longer than what, just saying. Keep stuff like that because you never know when you might need it. So I keep stuff like that around. This stuff is good to have on hand in emergency situations. Other things to have are trash bags. I keep extra trash bags, extra toilet paper, you know, things like this are just, have this stuff that you don't, because in crisis situations like right now, this stuff is flying off the shelves and you can't get it because we have had storms. Oh, there's a storm brewing in the Gulf and things go flying off the shelves. And then the storm takes a turn to Louisiana or Mexico. It never happens. But then you can't buy toilet paper or you can't buy water or you can't whatever. And so if you have some of this stuff prepped up at the beginning of storm season, then you have it. Hello, Organic Roots and Organic Raw Roots Farm. How are you doing? Another thing. Sorry, gentlemen, but ladies, have them stocked up. When they run them on a sale, buy them up. Because I guarantee you, if you run out, those things are flying off the shelf right now and they are hard to get. There are two women in this house. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, in a storm situation, you would need it, or any kind of situation like that. It is not a bad thing to have, Shayla, something like that on hand. You wouldn't want to be without. I'm just saying. I mean, I know you can make do, but batteries they'll run sales and stuff. But right now we went to Lowe's today. People are just being crazy, and it's hard to get. Absolutely. And if you needed it in a crap hits the fan situation, absolutely, they would make great bandages. Other thing is water. Now, I keep my jugs, and we distill water a lot. I don't like giving my plants city water, so I boil it to get out, make my own distilled water. So we keep milk jugs anyway. So I keep a lot of water in those jugs right there, and we make up extra water. So I've got a lot of milk jugs and water jugs and everything made up. Yeah, Shayla, was the same way for us. Lowe's and Walmart. Walmart was absolutely insane. There were people walking around with masks on. But it's like that anytime there's a storm coming. But this whole virus thing, and not to sound paranoid, they just had a confirmed case down in Fort Bend County, which is south of Houston. And this was not at a military base. But this guy had been out, or girl, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, they had been outside the country. So, and I wasn't planning on talking about the virus, but so. Sorry, I'm just reading up on the. I am not paranoid, Nathan. My husband says that I'm paranoid. I think I'm a realist. I'm from Texas. Anybody else from Texas here?
Built on a rock.
Built on a rock. That's right. Remind me again. You tell me. You're close to San Antonio, right? Did I remember right? So you know where Fort Bend County is, right? They just confirmed a case. Hey, Stringfield, how are you doing, hun? Oh, that's right. You're from Dallas, but that's not where you live now, right? Organic Raw Roots Farm? Texas Hill Country. That's right. So anyway, you know, it never hurts to have stuff in the cellar. My mom and I were talking today about because she's like, I don't know where we could put a bunch of extra stuff. And I said, Mom, y'all have one of the best cellars like in 3 counties. You could put Granddad used to store stuff down in the cellar, and she's like, I didn't even think about that. And he did. He used to store everything down in that cellar. So she's gonna start stocking stuff up in the cellar. So but anyway, this is, you can get, by the way, I'm going to be like Gil is, like, look at the light. If y'all seen him do that when he talks about stuff that, I think it's funny when he does it, the Men in Black thing. You can get one of these little crates. The only other thing I would say is that keep your like important papers. But this would be really good, really easy for us to throw, like, you know, birth certificates, that kind of stuff. Throw it in, throw it in the car, and go. The other thing I got, we bought this on Amazon for like $25, and we're gonna get one more because we you know, when you buy stuff on Amazon, you just don't know how good it is. So we're gonna get one more of it. This is a really nice backpack for like $25, and I'll link it after the video. But we got it for and it's a computer bag is what it is. But what we got it for was the shindig. So because we're not going to pack suitcases, we're just going to pack a backpack to wear on the, because we're flying in to Little Rock. So we're just going to pack a backpack because we just need clothes for basically 2 days. And we're pretty much going to be wearing my t-shirt and have an extra change of clothes and that kind of stuff. So I ain't going to check a bag for that crap. So hello, everybody that's come in. Absolutely, you need to know a survival for everyday situation. That's it, guys. You've got to be prepared for everything. It's not just for when there's a crisis. Be prepared. You know, who is it? Gil that says, you know, be prepared for everything, so you'll be. How does it go? Be prepared for everything, so you'll be prepared for anything. Or I probably just dyslexic that, but you know what I'm saying. You've got to just have a little kit ready, so you will be prepared for anything that life throws at you. So when stuff like this happens, you're not freaked out. I've got enough canned goods and things that I've canned and in store-bought canned goods that we could live comfortably in this house for weeks, if not months, without freaking out. Would it get old? Would it? Yes, but we would be okay. You know, and that's what, you know, if the internet went down, I lived most of my, you know, well, half of my adult life without the internet. I was, you know, mid-20s anyway before I had a computer. We are flying to Cersei Friday morning. We will be there Friday morning. My brain just went flipped. Sherry, we will be there Friday morning. So that I needed to talk to you about that anyway, because I don't think we can check into the hotel room before noon. So we may, if y'all are there, come just see y'all because we're staying at the Best Western. And I think that's right across from the fairground. So we will probably just come hang out until we can check into the hotel room. And I think that's right across from the fairground. So we will probably just come hang out until we can check into the hotel room. That's the quote I was thinking of. Absolutely. Because I'm not going to live in fear. You know, until I have something to be afraid of, I'm not going to live in fear, regardless of what my husband thinks about me being paranoid. I'm going to be prepared. And that way, you know, if something does happen, I'm prepared. I would rather be prepared. And then, you know, it doesn't mean I'm going to be naive and be unprepared. Hey, Davis Family Farm. How are you, Jennifer? Really? See, I was told that Best Western was in walking distance. Oh, that's kind of scary. That kind of. What we'll do then, because I'll talk to you about it then. Somebody told us that the Best Western was in walking distance of the fairground. Well, that's what we were planning to do, was Uber, because we weren't going to rent a car. No, I was just going off what I had been told. Somebody said it was right across the road from the fairground. I don't remember who said that. What did Nathan say?
He said, I'll give you a ride strap, Keith.
Okay, that'll work, Nathan. As long as I don't have to get strapped to the top. I can ride in the back of the truck. I don't mind, as long as we're not going to get you a ticket. Is that legal in Arkansas? Does anybody know? We used to do it as kids. Y'all remember that when we were, well, if y'all are our age, when we were kids, we used to ride in the back of a pickup truck all the time. I might have stood up riding down the freeway. Well, maybe people wouldn't mind too much giving us rides back and forth to the motel room. Because I really wasn't wanting to rent a car. So, and then we were going to Uber back and forth to the airport. Absolutely. Or, I can remember my parents getting in the back window of the car. Newcastle is about 15 miles from Graham. And we went to church in Graham, and I would lay in the back window coming home on Sunday night from church and to look at the stars. Yeah, that's going to be a little too far to walk. Okay, so maybe we can hitch rides. That is not walking distance. I don't know what. They were smoking crack. My mom resisted wearing seatbelts for a very long. Okay, true story. And Daddy swears Mom never did it. Mom and I said, yes, she did. My mother used to drive to Graham and back nursing my baby brother. Dad's like, no, you didn't. You put Chris in a seatbelt or in a car seat. That boy never rode a moment in a car seat. She nursed him. The things they did back in the 80s, 70s and 80s. But she resisted for a long time until she got stopped and got a ticket. But my mama is like 5'0" so it cuts her off about right here. I do. I have all of our documentation in gallon bags, and then I put it in here. Like I said, okay, let me back up a little bit. During Harvey, we set very high and dry. We set up on a hill here, and we aren't anywhere near like a floodplain here. When they flood. So yeah, we never came close to having to evacuate. Now, where our church is, that area floods. Where we lived before, that area floods. So we did really well. I don't foresee us ever having to actually evacuate. But the greatest danger, and here's the thing, the greatest danger of a hurricane, in all honesty, is storm surge, and then river flooding, and initially tornadoes, you know, and stuff like that from in wind and sustained wind. But with Harvey, the problem with Harvey is that hussy kept going back out into the Gulf, regenerating and coming back on land, and it set on us for days and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained, and it would slip back into the Gulf and come back and just sit there for days. But this last, what was that last hurricane that we had? Amelia, was that its name? Last year, that formed like in a day and a half. We were woefully unprepared for that storm. And we got more rain in our parking lot from that thing than we did Harvey. But it was like there was nothing. And then because it formed right off the Gulf of Mexico, right off the coast, and was on us the next day. Nobody saw that thing coming. And those are the most dangerous. We knew Harvey was coming, and we knew Harvey was going to be a booger bear because they told us. And that's the thing about it. Most of these hurricanes, you know, that are coming. Where like in North Texas and in Tornado Alley, tornadoes, you don't always know are coming. The people in Tennessee, I mean, I don't think any of those folks realized that was going to get that bad. Nobody, you know, you've got a chance of, they'll tell you, you know, I grew up in Tornado Alley, North Texas. They'll tell you got a chance, an enhanced chance of tornadoes. You have no idea where that thing's going to land. You have no idea where that's going to, they give you a bullseye. You realize you might have a tornado. You have no idea where that thing's going to land. Hurricanes, they got some pretty good educated guesses of where it's coming in, right? Tornadoes, you don't know. I guarantee you those folks in Nashville had no idea when they went to bed that an EF3 tornado was going to land on their head. And that's why, 24, and that wasn't that the last count I heard, that 24 people were going to lose their life that night. So that's why, you know, another thing, which a lot of us now have it on our phones, having the National Weather Service on your phone is important. I used to have a radio. I would highly suggest that you have a radio. I've even thought about getting one. I'm even considering at some point getting my ham radio license. Maybe get back out on the farm because the cell signal out there is not as great as it is here in town. So.
No, it is not.
Huh?
I say no, it is not.
It's getting better. I just heard that they're, somebody from Homeworks was telling they're putting new cell towers in that area. So it is getting better. So yeah, and that's the problem. And that's the problem with night tornadoes as well, is that you don't always know. The problem with tornadoes down here is that it is so wet, is that tornadoes are rain wrapped and you don't see them coming. Up in North Texas and the Plain States, they're easier to see during the day. At night, you can't see them. I was seeing the pictures out of Nashville. The only time you was seeing that thing is when it was lightning, and it was a beast. That was a beast of a tornado. Absolutely. I used to moderate a chat for a storm chaser friend of mine named Michael Phelps. He still chases. He live streams his chases, not the swimmer, the storm chaser. The last chat I moderated was the El Reno tornado that took out Tim Samaras, the storm chaser. He used to be on that show with Reed Timmer and the different storm chaser. I think it was the name of the show. I watched that live. Mike and he had another group with him. Mike's camera went out. The bus behind him was still alive, so I was watching the TV behind him, and that tornado spread so fast. The rear flank downdraft nearly took Mike out. Mike called an off stop, and they stopped, and it's the only thing that saved them from getting not sucked into that tornado. I almost watched my friend die that day. And Mike but so was Tim. Tim was the best in the business. Mike is very smart too. I mean, and they're not cowboys like Reed Timmer is that would go run through tornadoes. They're both very smart. I mean, Tim was very cautious and he lost his life that day. Mike was very smart and almost got taken out, and is like, I love you, Mike. I can't watch you anymore. I can't do this, And I love weather. I am a total weather geek. I used to go storm spot, but I almost watched my friend die that day. And that tornado grew from a very small tornado and blew up within moments. And I sat there and watched it live. I watched the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, the last one, live, and watched it as it crossed the highway and took out the hospital. So, it was, I've seen some pretty devastating tornadoes. I love them when they're out in the field, not hurting nobody. They're beautiful. To me, they are the closest thing to God that we can witness. But I hate it when they hit population, they're just devastating. So, hello, Jessica. How are you doing, my sweet friend? Yeah, that happened. Sunday night. Yep. And it's gonna. I think we're probably because we've had such a mild winter for the most part. It's been my experience that when we have mild winters, we have violent springs and we have violent hurricane seasons. So kind of the whole thing that I wanted to discuss today is to be prepared. Because even if your home doesn't get hit, your power grid could go down. I've seen tornadoes come through that has knocked the power out of towns for days. When I was in high school, we had a tornado come through. It was a treetop tornado, is what they called it. It knocked out several roofs, took the roof off the bank, bent the football fields, lights down to the ground, and we were out of power for a few days. So while they were a lot of tree damage, and while they were fixing it, so have stuff together. Same thing with hurricanes. When Ike came through, power was out for weeks around here. There was a lot of places when Harvey came through that was out of power for weeks. So be prepared, because it's not always a pandemic that can take you out, that can quarantine you to your house. we've got to be worried about the things that we know are coming. We know storms are coming. We know that happens every single year. You know, we know the flu happens every single year. Could this virus make us all sick? It very well may be. But we know that the hurricanes come, and we know tornadoes come, and we know blizzards come. And that's what I think we all need to be preparing for. Because we know our power grids are not, they can't withstand all the storms and stuff. Absolutely. You've got to prepare for anything. You've got to make sure that your family can handle all of it. Have your important papers in a place that's easy to accessible. The other thing that I want to talk about too is if you have firearms in your home, that kind of stuff, don't leave them. If you have to leave your home, if you have to evacuate, don't leave them. Because if you live closer to the Gulf than we do, don't leave your stuff. Because there were homes that got broke into and vandalized, and those things get stolen. Those will be some of the first things that would get stolen. Take those with you. Take your important papers, take your stuff, and take those. Hello, Heather. Hello, Anna Marie. How are you? And take your pets, for the love of God, take your pets. We saw instances during Harvey that people had left their pets and they drowned. Please don't leave your pets. Because sometimes you think that you would be able to, hey, Simply Jan, how are you, sweetheart? That you are leaving for just a little bit and then they don't let you back in your neighborhood. And there were pets that drowned. So please take your pets. Hello, Miss Lippy. How are you, sweet friend? Did you see that I laid down a challenge for you and Jareth? I said I laid a challenge down for you guys to see if we could, who was going to out-talk each other at the shindig. I think there needs to be a prize or something. I did. My was it last video? Or no, I guess it's video before last. I said I was going to lay down a challenge to see who out-talked the other one. Sherry doubts me that I can keep up with you two. We'll see. I said, challenge accepted. So I was adding on to your life about that we need to be prepared for like storms and stuff. Because you live on a Gulf state too. And I went to Walmart and people were acting like fools. They had no soap, no sanitizer, no nothing. So what I was talking about is getting your stuff together, because they're predicting a higher than average storm season. And for the fact that, you know, Tennessee got hit with the EF3 tornado. And, you know, people need to be prepared for storm season. And so I was showing a little bit of what I have in our storm box, you know, and, you know, getting your stuff together. So yeah, it's no fun, you know, but you need to have it all together and ready to roll. You know, we moved down to Conroe 2 weeks after Ike and caught the aftermath of Ike. It wasn't even 2 weeks, was it, really? It was about a week and a half. Week and a half after Ike. That was a nightmare. And then we've lived through Harvey, and then that last little whatever that was, is kind of that popped up in the Gulf the last minute and flooded Conroe. But that one, you know, it formed in the Gulf like one day and then was on top of us. Everybody was completely caught off guard. So we're really striving this year to get ready now. And just be ready. You know, but we went to Walmart and everybody was insane. There, you couldn't hardly get toilet paper. I just needed some toilet paper. Hey, 2.5 acres, how are you? Yes, important documents, batteries, you know, Band-Aids. Like I said, we have some extra Tamiflu. I have a steroid pack in here. You know, things like this, that if you got sick and you can't get to the doctor, because a lot of times, another thing that I didn't mention that we always have extra, guys, always have some extra cash, because when, even if it's not much, always have some extra cash stashed around. I don't like keeping a lot of extra cash in the house. We live in an apartment and we've got maintenance people, and not that our maintenance guys would ever do this, but we have people that have access to our apartment. So I don't like keeping a lot of extra stuff in the house, okay, like that. But when storms hit, power goes down, you cannot get money out of an ATM. So you always need to keep extra money like that on you, okay? Because I learned that lesson the hard way. Because, okay, I'm going to be the first to admit I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. I hate touching cash money. I hate it because 5,000 other people who haven't washed their hands after they go to the bathroom has touched that $20 bill. It's just disgusting. But that ATM machine goes down. Guess what? You ain't getting no money. And then we had trouble during Harvey at the register. They weren't giving out any extra money. They wouldn't give us any cash. Sorry, they said, sorry, we don't have the extra cash to give you any cash. Because I tried. I said, I need to get some cash back. And she said, I'm sorry, ma'am, we can't give any extra cash back. So always keep at least, $20 or something so you can get some gas in your car. Yeah, that's exactly what I do, Miss Lippy. Y'all see my cup from, if y'all don't follow Yellow Rose Homestead, y'all go follow them. They are the sweetest couple. Stacy and Chris, they drive a truck. They are trying desperately to get them a homestead. Y'all follow them. They are just a sweet, sweet couple. Keith and I are getting to know them and really enjoying we Marco with them. They're just sweethearts. Yeah. I need to get something for more than one reason. But I sure appreciate all y'all coming in tonight if I haven't said that. But Yes, and we're trying real hard to get them to 150. Another thing, if you don't mind, thank you for dropping their link, by the way, too, Crystal. Crystal, if you would you drop Nathan's link, his PayPal link for me? We are also trying to help out Nathan and Johnny and little Timpy. They just got their new house. Some of y'all know. And we're just trying to bless them. You know, they're taking over this property and just trying to get, the bills. Y'all know, anybody who has moved, trying to get all the utilities moved over and all that stuff. That's expensive, and they're taking over the mortgage and they're trying to get ahead of it. And it's just expensive to do all that. And they're both on fixed incomes. They're both on, disability and all that stuff. And we're just trying to help them. Or, go to Nathan's store, buy some of his stuff that he makes. Any way that y'all can help them out would be greatly appreciated. I love Nathan. He would give his shirt off his back to help anybody. He is a good, honest man, and we just adore him. So any way that y'all could, or, if y'all don't have the money to, hey, trust me, we on a tight budget ourselves. Go watch his channel. Is he being a smart aleck? Yeah. Stuff. He's a jokester. If you don't know Nathan Simpson. Simpson. Did I say Simpson? Sampson. See, he made me lose my train of thought. Nathan, I was on a roll. Dang it. He needs his watch hours so he can get monetized. He's got the viewers. He needs to get monetized. Go run his channel. He is so close. Go run his channel and help us get him monetized. That would be amazing. He's a good guy, and I just adore him and his family. Keith and I both do. And he would do anything for anybody. He really would. You're a mess, Nathan. He likes getting songs stuck in your head at 3 a.m. He really does. And that little girl of his is just a turkey. But anyway, I hope I have got you thinking about some stuff. Guys, listen. We can't predict what this virus is going to do. You might get the flu, for crying out loud. You may get coronavirus. Who knows? But I guarantee you, we're going to have hurricanes. We're going to have tornadoes. Those two things I know is going to happen this year. I don't know about no virus, but I know hurricanes are going to happen. I know tornadoes are going to happen. Either way, we need to be prepared. So get your boxes together, your bags, whatever you got, be prepared. And that was kind of the whole point of this video. Be prepared so if something does happen, it don't catch you with your pants down, Yes, she is an angel. And I just love him. I wish they lived closer. He ain't going to leave Tennessee, though. He says Texas is the colony of Tennessee. And here's the thing. Wash your darn hands. Don't go to church if you're sick. That's your public service announcement. I think I said that in my other live. This week on What's on the Plays with Mama Z, I am going to be making potato soup. How about that? That's a good soup if you're sick, huh? Here's a little prayer request. Miss Kendra has been dealing with, she gets really bad seasonal allergies, and she's dealing with it. We've got the green fairy going on. If y'all don't know what that is, I talked about it in my video this week. It is when the pollen, that green pollen, we've got trees, like massive. We live Sam Houston National Forest. We got trees everywhere. Well, that green, crappy pollen stuff everywhere is crazy right now. So it is killing my daughter's allergies. And she's in midterms right now. She has got to go to class. I don't think she's sick. There's no fever. It's just the allergies are kicking her butt. And I'm giving her elderberry honey and all the stuff you do. But if you would, keep her in your thoughts and prayers and well wishes and all the stuff we do. So I would really appreciate it. But yeah, we will be doing potato soup Saturday. And I appreciate y'all coming in. Anybody else got anything all my mods, if you've got store links, square sites, business links, throw them up now. I like to support all my mods businesses. Because they are all amazing. And I think we are all here to support each other. Please check out all my mods. Anybody that you see in blue, I consider family. And I love them very much and support them wholeheartedly. And I just want to, I truly believe there is enough room on YouTube for all of us to grow. And I want to see us all grow. If you're a creator on YouTube, there is no room for competition. We are all here to grow. And I think we're all here to make it, you know what I mean? So I thank all of you for your support, and God bless you, man. Thank you.
What family wants to know about plant butter?
I hate plant butter. That's what you can know about plant butter. I hate it. It's fake. It's margarine. They love to watch me lose my mind over plant butter. I need to make a video, don't I? I just need to make a video and say why I hate that crap so much. Oh, she just loves watching me lose my mind over it. And the commercial comes on and I rant at the TV. I need to write them a dirty letter, that company, and say, you are snowballing the American people. Oh, I love you, sweet friends. Thank y'all so much for supporting my channel. You're kidding me. Why do people think it's good for you? That's what I don't understand. Why? Oh, dear God. I don't know. Makes me want to go eat a BLT. Oh, I'm hungry, I think. We haven't had supper yet. Well, I love you guys. Welcome to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Thank you for joining us. And guess what? We are less than a month to Shindig. And I'm so excited to, I can't wait to see all of y'all and hang out. And I just can't wait. We are at an hour. Thank you for your time. God bless. We will see y'all Saturday.